we just exited the IMF program, and for less than a year, we have begun to see government resort to the debt market to finance critical investment in this country. Why is it happening so? It is happening so because the finance ministry and the managers of the finances of this country are doing virtually nothing, little to nothing, to ensure that we are able to raise the needed revenue to finance such critical investment in the country. And that is why we are resorting to borrow. Mr. Speaker, if any Ghanaian young lady or young man is listening to us today, and we are telling them that we do not prioritize education such that the revenues that we generate from this country are channeled into education, but rather we are going to borrow to finance secondary education, that is very, very sad and it's very bad. Mr. Speaker, all these are happening because if you look at the government fiscal data from last year to this year, there has been huge revenue underperformance on the part of government, and that is why we are seeing what we are seeing today. Even if you just look at the fiscal data for Q1 2026 alone, VAT, we were below 6.5% of our target. For National Health Insurance levy, we fell by 29.9% of the target. For GET Fund, 29.9% of the target. For crude oil receipts, 37% of target. Exercises, 23%. Import duties, 14% of target. Mr. Speaker, when this happens, all that government will have to do is to cut expenditure. And when government cuts expenditure, or government is unable to use revenue to finance such critical expenditure, government will have to resort to borrowing.
You are finding what the IMF wants about, the quasi-fiscal expenses. Look from state-owned enterprise to state-owned enterprises. They are now embarking on quasi-fiscal expenses, spending the money on other things. One giving money to EPA, another giving money to other things. It is that reason for which at the Central Treasury, they can't find resources to pay for some of these priorities, and they've gone back to the debt markets. Mr. Speaker, we have only two recommendations, even as we support this motion before us. Number one, it is important that they get the revenue measures right. Because if you play games with the revenue measures and the revenues don't perform, this is what you will be left with doing, going back to the debt markets. And today we are here to approve about $1 billion. Number two, Mr. Speaker, they have to adopt a whole-of-government approach when they are prioritizing expenses. Because if you look at it in silos, you would approve different expenses for different things. But when you adopt a whole-of-government approach, you will better prioritize the expenses, and possibly we may have used resources from the Treasury to pay for these very important things and not resort to the debts that they are bringing before this.